Hello everybody and welcome back to ChessDiagnostic. Today I'm going to look at a game that I played versus Agadmator about a year ago. Now, I was looking through some of my old games, bullet games specifically, trying to figure out why I couldn't keep my rating over 2,000 for such a long time. And I, of course, figured it out. It's because of my atrocious time management. Now, I've played about 20,000 3-0 games on Lee Chess, and I played more than that on the free internet chess server. I played tens of thousands more on the internet chess server, and it's a lot of Blitz games, but I really never got into bullet for some reason until the past 6 months, and I've managed to finally hit 2,200 bullet rating, which is good. But I was really trying to analyze why my time management was so bad. And you could see from this game, it's actually a perfect illustration. So at the time I was about 1,800, floating in there for bullet. And this was during an hourly bullet arena, so I didn't even realize I played this game. While I was happy to see that actually I outplayed Agadmator, my time management was so atrocious. So this is going to be part of my Blitz chess thought process series, and I thought it would be a useful addition. All right, so I'm black, and it starts with e4, c5, and I just try to go for my usual e6 and a6, hoping for d4. Now, Agadmator keeps it closed and forces us into the Sicilian defense French variation, a common response by players, and I just play queen to c7. Now, actually, I noticed here I could play d5, which I think, the computer recommends that. I should have done that. Queen to c7, not so good. All right, so I just keep developing, and now actually he drops a pawn, and I just snap that up. All right, so at this point, we're 54 seconds, otherwise equal. And it does help if you want to improve in bullet or any other thing to always look at your time when you're playing a game, which is a big benefit of playing online. You can see your time distribution because this will show you very clearly, and you subconsciously might not even realize it, positions that you're kind of getting stuck on, those are the positions that you should be working on. All right, so bishop back, I just keep a pawn, and now actually black has a pretty good advantage at this point. Takes, and then, all right, d5. Now I want to get this pawn out before I bring the bishop out, and then just castle. All right, very simple. So at this point, you can see that time distribution is still equal, but I start slipping here. All right, nowadays I would just play immediately knight to e4, bishop back. All right, so you can see at this point I did a long think, and now I'm 10 seconds behind. So this is kind of what you want to avoid in bullet, of course, but you also want to, in the opening, as I said before, you want to throw all your pieces out and not really think about it, because that 10 seconds is not really going to be useful, or it's not really going to be useful in the opening, but it's going to be very useful towards the end of the game, as you'll see. All right, so bishop back, I take, and I've basically maintained my advantage, but now I'm very behind in time and I need to speed up. All right, so I play g6. All right, so move back. Obviously, that's not a very good move. Even if he plays here, it's not really going to do much. And he should take with the queen. And as you can see from the white side, what white should focus on with a more than 10-second advantage is to always keep as many pieces on the board. So when you have a time advantage in bullet, you definitely want to keep queens on the board and as many pawns and pieces. So he takes and just goes into a losing endgame basically and dropping a pawn. He activates the rook, but actually that's not a correct decision because now I can trap it. All right, so I'm now 15 seconds behind, and I really start trying to play as fast as I can at this point, but it's almost an insurmountable time difference. All right, so he's threatening a simple tactic, bishop takes, and then he would win the bishop with a pawn. So I waste 4 seconds looking at that, and now he has double the time. All right, b4, that's really not even a threat because there's no way he's going to play there. All right, now I win an exchange, and I have a big advantage, and actually he kind of wasted some time, and there's only, what, 6 or 7 seconds. I should have, at this point nowadays, I would be able to win it. I would just play something like f6, and then b6, and here, and then just push the pawn. That would be a very quick thing. So, of course, you don't really have time for planning and bullet, but if you see a plan, then you should just play it right away. Now, this is the first time I'm actually looking at this analysis here. Now I start he's activating his knight, obviously. That's why I would have played f6. And I start dropping some pawns. All right, and the game ended after here. And then after I took, then check. And I just ran out of time. Now, this still would have been a one endgame, but it's much more difficult. Basically, it's going to take me a lot of time and a lot of moves. And so this is another reason too, is that of course we're talking about bullet here, but of course when you are down in time, you want to move fast, but you also want to reduce your opponent's counterplay, and that's why I was saying something like f6. If you can see your opponent is increasing his activity, then you want to just close down that, because otherwise he's going to get more active and you're going to have to make a lot of moves and you lose on time anyway. All right, so hopefully this game, I just kind of wanted to show it because it was kind of cool that I actually got a game against Agadmator, and it definitely has some lessons for bullet play. So I just wanted to get this video out. Of course, it's good that I was able to beat Agadmator on position, but of course, time is a huge factor in any bullet or blitz game, and even classical, I mean, it's incredible that people talk about bullet and blitz as low quality, but then you'll play a classical game for 7 hours, and then you have 5 minutes to make 10 moves, and you blunder anyway. So actually, I really like bullet and blitz for that reason, that you can just keep the game moving, and it's fun and exciting. But I'm actually working on a video talking about, or actually asking the question, are pawns the soul of chess? Featuring a game by Mikhail Tal that I hope to release tomorrow or on Monday. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.